What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to do a 2025 seed haul. I got all my seeds from Johnny's. There is a ton in here. I also have seeds in here from last year. It's just a mess. I'm not one of those organized homesteaders that have them in like a binder with the sheet protectors, and it's just, it is what it is. It's chaos as it is around this homestead. I've mentioned in previous videos that we're going to expand our garden. We're going to add more raised beds in. I'm going to do some trellising. And every year I plant something to experiment with, a plant that I've never grown before. I'm so excited for the 2025 growing year because I get excited every year. It's the one thing that really gets me through winter, and I really look forward to changing things, and there's just something so healing. I don't know if that's the right word, about watching something you planted in the dirt turn into something you can eat. I think that is so cool. So I'm going to break down this seed haul in flowers, herbs, veggies. I didn't get any fruit plants yet. I will do a fruit bush haul when I get it. There's also a lot of really good programs in Pennsylvania for planting native species. So there is a program called the PA Interfaith. I'll link it. It's a really great program. You sign up for native trees, whether you're an organization, a nonprofit business, private owned land like we do, and you sign up for native plants that you want, and it's free. In around mid-April, I should get an email saying like, hey, we can fulfill your order. I don't remember what I got. I think I got a couple of trees. I got pollinator friendly bushes like milkweed, stuff like that, because I knew I was getting bees when I did this request. Our local library partnered up with Neighborhood Forest, which is a program that plants trees for Earth Day. So if you get one, you can donate one, which I did, and then I donated an extra $10 to the organization. Those are two organizations that are pretty important to me, and I'm all about accessibility. And these are programs that make trees and plants accessible. It makes it easy for people to put native plants on their land, and not a lot of people know about that. So I'll link that down below for anybody who's interested in learning more about it. Okay. Plans for expanding my garden. I talked about this a little bit in a previous video. I showed where I'm going to put the plant beds, how big they're going to be. Mike is going to build me 4 6x6 raised beds, and I still have 4 2x3 like aluminum beds that I got from Tractor Supply. They do great. We need bigger. I have also mentioned in my video of mistakes I made in my 2024 garden about not companion planting. While I did do I did plant marigolds, but I want to do more companion planting. That is something that I want to learn more of this year. So along with learning how to grow a new crop, a new plant of something, I also want to learn more about companion planting. I do talk a lot about the importance of soil health, and I don't practice what I preach. So this year I'm going to be sending out a soil test as well, because that's where your plant's nutrients come from. Soil is the most important thing. Soil is the most important thing. I'm saying that more to myself. Hannah, soil is the most important thing. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm going to dump them out. That's a lot of seeds, and I'm just going to organize these quick, and I'll get back with you. Okay, so vegetables. herbs, flowers. These are all the seeds that I got from Johnny's last year. And then I got some from Baker Creek last year as well. I didn't plant the chamomile or the bee balm. I didn't plant these two, but I planted everything else. All right, so let's go through it. We will start with the flowers. Now, these are all from Johnny's. Johnny sent me 2 magazines with all their seeds in them and their varieties. Now, so if you request a magazine from Johnny's, it can look like either one of these 2. They have the same things in them. What I like about Johnny's, and Baker Creek is like this as well. I might have a Baker Creek magazine. If I do, I'll go get it out. They have so much information. They have so many varieties. So many varieties of everything. They sell out fast. I will say that. I think I waited a week too long because there were 2 things, and I'll show you what 2 things they were. I really wanted, well, I didn't want. Mike really wanted the candy carrots, but they were sold out. So I didn't get the candy carrots. We got another kind. I don't actually remember. I think we got the romance kind. So I couldn't get that. And the other thing that I like that Johnny's does above all else is they have salad mix lettuce. So instead of buying all these different types of lettuce, it comes in a mix. I really wanted the All-Star Gourmet Mix, but they sold out. So the candy carrots and the All-Star Gourmet Mix were 2 things that I couldn't get. So I ended up with another one. I think I got the Encore lettuce mix. So instead of buying all separate lettuce, it's in one, which I think is super convenient because and I got romaine because we do eat a lot of romaine lettuce. We eat a ton of BLTs in the summertime. I got the Sunland romaine lettuce. So that's Johnny's. There's nothing wrong with any other seed company. This is just my preferred seed company. And I'll explain why. Not that they don't all have these. First, I got rover radishes. So what I like about Johnny's is it has the test date when they last tested the germination of the seed and what the percentage of germination rate is. So for these rovers, if you follow the directions on the back, it has a 95% germination rate, which is good. Most, if not all, oh, this actually is pretty low, is above 95%, really. This tomato is 99%. So I really like that. So a lot of these are new to me. I have never grown radishes before. I've never grown cabbage. So I know I said I like to pick one plant that I like to experiment with, but I was feeling like I needed a little more chaos in my gardening. And I've really never grown cut flowers before. That's another thing that we're going to do. I got rover radishes, Tierra green cabbage, Boro beets, never grown beets before, cherry bomb tomatoes, Sunland romaine lettuce, Monty broccoli. I've never grown broccoli before. That I should probably seed start soon. The Encore lettuce mix. I'm also trying something new this year. I am growing microgreens. Microgreens are good for everything, really. Salads, chickens, selling. I'm going to try, there's different ones. So I got the mild micro mix, the spicy micro mix. Actually, I got 2 of the spicy micro mix. I think maybe I did that on accident, but whatever. Spinach. I've grown spinach before. Butternut squash. That's another one. Remy picked that one out. I've never grown that before. Romance carrot. So the Caparino hot cherries, I love. A lot of people call them hot cherry peppers. They're really good for stuffing. I absolutely love, 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 love these. This is my second pack because I grew these last year. They were so easy to grow. I gave whatever leftover I had to my mom. She pickled and canned them, and oh, my favorite. So I got another pack of that. This is the Cheap Frills lettuce mix. I got another one of that. And greenhouse tomatoes. We always grow tomatoes every year. It's one of our favorite things to grow. Arugula. I love arugula. That is all the vegetables. So the one things that Johnny doesn't do that I like that Baker Creek does is they put pictures. Baker Creek puts pictures on the front. I'm a very visual person. I know what a lot of these things are supposed to look like or going to look like because I've grown them before, but I just like the prettiness of the pictures. Okay. So now we're going to go on to flowers and herbs. I'm going to put these in one category because some of the flowers I'm using as herbs, like echinacea and chamomile. And those are the primary reason of why I'm growing those two things. So we're just putting it in one category. Rosemary, I've grown that before, love it. Basil, my favorite. Lavender, I've grown lavender before, not from seeds. And when I grew lavender last year, it got choked out by the thyme because I planted it in the same pot. So I will not be doing that again. Giant of Italy parsley. I've never grown Italian parsley. I've grown curly leaf parsley and I don't really like the taste of it, so I'm not doing it again. This is foxglove. Don't ask me why. It's a pelleted form and it has a warning on the back. Exercise extreme caution. All parts of this flowering plant are poisonous, including the seeds, which we know this is a historical flower. That has 50 seeds in it, so we'll see what we come up with that. Chamomile, I have not grown that before. I got that last year from Baker Creek. I just didn't have enough room. That's the only reason that I didn't grow it. Greek oregano. I've grown oregano before. And thyme. Love thyme. It's one of my favorite things to cook with. One of my favorite herbs to cook with. Now, these zinnias I did grow last year, but I don't think I took care enough of them. I'm going to have more room this year, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm still going to plant zinnias or not. Echinacea, nasturtiums. These seeds are pretty bulky. Nasturtium seeds, eucalyptus. Now this only has a germination rate of 76%, which is quite low compared to everything else of Johnny's seeds. So that is a little intimidating. It's what it is. Alyssum, I have actually a dollar store mix of this, so I might use the dollar store mix up first. I also got a butterfly and hummingbird mix because, we're a family that loves to feed the pollinators. And calendula. So those are all of the herbs and flowers that I'm growing this year. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to grow the zinnias. And these are the seeds that I grew last year. So last year, I grew most of these on the exception of these two. So we grew Marmalade Skies tomatoes. They're an orange tomato. They weren't as delicious as regular beefsteak tomatoes, and it's okay. I just wanted to try something new. Mini eggplants, they got choked out by my tomatoes. So I didn't have many, and the ones that I did, I ended up throwing over to the chickens. Watermelons, to no fault of their own, we never got to eat a watermelon. We grew them, and every time they got about this big, Remy would find them and pick them off the vine. No matter how hard I tried to keep her away, it is what it is. And then the last one that we grew, I was super excited for. No one was touching it. The bugs weren't getting it. And then probably the last week or so before I was about to harvest it, we got a ton of rain. The rain split it open. So the goats and the chickens got to eat that too. My hot cherry peppers, love these things. Zinnias, these spoon tomatoes, micro tomatoes, while they look cute, they're plant. I got this free. I got this for free because I ordered so much from Baker Creek last year. 0 out of 10 do not recommend them. They were awesome for Remy, like walking into the garden and just being able to pick off red tomatoes and eat them. And they were awesome snacking tomatoes. But when I tell you it was labor intensive to get these tiny tomatoes off the plant, it just was not worth it. The plant was massive. I'm going to say the plant was probably 3 or 4 feet. It was a bush. It was a bush, round and 4 feet tall. I do have a picture of it. It is the one picture I've shared before where Remy is like hidden in the bush. That's the micro tomatoes. They choked out everything. Will not ever grow these again. I'll probably give these to my library because my library does a seed exchange. So I'll probably give those to them. Chinese 5-color tomato or Chinese 5-color peppers. I did like these. They're very hot. They grow quickly. I threw a bunch of them over to the chickens, and at the end of my gardening season, I harvested the rest, gave them to my mom. She pickled and canned them, and they are delicious. They are still really spicy though. I might take a break on these. Mini bell peppers grew them this year. I didn't really like these because they were only green. They didn't get any other colors, and that honestly could be because of the micro tomato just choking out everything. Ground cherries were another thing that I tested last year. I've never grown ground cherries before. And surprise, when they are ready to be picked, they fall on the ground and you get them from the ground. That's why they have this husk on them, because they fall on the ground. They were so good. We got a ton of ground cherries off of 2 plants. Mike and Remy both did not like them. I liked them a lot, so I'm not going to grow them again. The chickens love them. I threw tons over for the chickens because my family just didn't like them. So I probably won't be growing them again this year. Thyme, like I said, it choked out my lavender. I am going to still grow thyme just differently. And every year I grow jalapenos. I'm probably going to grow a whole bed of jalapeno plants because, like I said, I harvest these at the end of the season, tons and tons and tons of them. And I want tons and tons and tons of them because my mom will pickle and can them for me, and I eat them every morning with breakfast. So bee balm, I'm definitely going to be growing this year because I am getting bees. I want to feed my pollinators. And the chamomile, again, I'm also going to grow. I am super excited to grow all of these different seeds. Now, I may be getting a little ahead of myself. I may be biting off more than I can chew. We'll see. We're going to be setting up my seed starting station in the downstairs bathroom, which I feel like has turned into a farm bathroom at this point. I've had injured chickens in there. I've had goats in there. Now I'm going to be having my seeds in there. That's a lot of plants. That's a lot of plants. I'm going to be growing a lot of food this year. And one of my homesteading goals is to use it all. I want to learn how to make more whole foods for my family. A personal goal of mine is to stop relying so much on processed foods, prepackaged foods. Yeah, the convenience is really nice, but I want us to be healthy and feel good. And this is one way that I know that I can do that. So comment below, what are some of the seeds that you're planting this year? If you're not planting seeds, but you're buying seed starts from someone else, I would love to know what everybody's growing in their garden this year. Anything exotic or fun or anything that you're excited for, I would love to hear about. I am going to be doing a video on seed starting, everything that I use, how I do it, what my setup looks like. It's going to look a little different than last year. So stay tuned for that. And I will take you along on the growth of my seed starts, what to look for, what it means when a plant is leggy, what you could do to fix that. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to share my knowledge with everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. It means so much to me that you watch. And thanks so much again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.